Most people over 60 don't realize this, but the way coffee feels in the morning has already changed. You drink the same cup, at the same time, with the same expectation. Yet something is off. You're awake, but not steady. Alert, but not really ready. For many people, the problem shows up quietly. A fog that settles in late morning, a heaviness in the body, shaky hands, mild irritability, or the feeling that you're already behind before the day really starts. It's not always a dramatic crash. After 60, it's more like a slow drain. And that's where the confusion begins. Because coffee still works, just not in the way it used to. What changed isn't the coffee. It's how the body handles that wake-up signal now. Coffee is excellent at flipping the on switch in the brain. But it doesn't give much to the muscles, nerves, and systems that actually carry you through the morning. That's why this isn't a caffeine problem. It's a support problem. When the body gets a strong signal without enough support, it feels stimulated but ungrounded. You're awake, but your body is playing catch-up. This is what people mean when they say, I drink coffee, but I still feel tired, or it wakes me up, but I don't feel solid. And here's why this matters more than people think. Unsteady mornings don't stay in the morning. They affect balance, focus, and energy later in the day. Over time, that pattern becomes normal, even though it shouldn't be. Today's video isn't about quitting coffee, and it's not about turning it into a miracle drink. It's about understanding one simple principle that changes how coffee affects the body after 60, so mornings feel steadier instead of draining. Before we talk about what to add, we need to understand what actually changes inside the body first. Because once you see that clearly, everything else makes sense. Now let's move towards the main part. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. We made this channel so you can improve your health and have a healthy comeback. Here's the part most people were never clearly told. Coffee still works after 60, but the body answers it differently. Not worse, not broken, just differently. And the change doesn't feel dramatic, it feels subtle, which is why so many people miss it. There are 3 quiet shifts that begin to overlap with age. Each one on its own is manageable. Together, they change how mornings feel. First, the nervous system becomes more sensitive. The wake-up signal from coffee arrives quickly, sometimes too quickly. You feel alert fast, but the effect doesn't spread evenly through the body. Second, the body becomes less flexible with blood sugar. Coffee tells the brain to be awake, but it doesn't give the body anything to run on. So when that signal hits without enough support, the body has to compensate. That's when people notice things like light shakiness, mental fog, a hollow kind of energy, or feeling oddly tired while technically awake. Not a crash, just instability. Third, and this matters more than people realize, the muscles and circulation don't respond as smoothly as they used to. So instead of energy moving outward, it stays up top. Your head is on, but your legs feel heavy. Your posture feels off. Your body doesn't feel fully online yet. Nothing is failing. Nothing is broken. The signal arrived, but the systems that usually support it are moving more slowly now. Think of coffee like a doorbell. It rings clearly. But after 60, fewer parts of the body are ready to respond right away. Ringing it harder doesn't help. That's why more coffee often makes people feel jittery instead of stronger. And this is where mornings become unpredictable. Some days feel okay. Other days feel thin, rushed, or unstable for no obvious reason. Over time, people start thinking, maybe this is just how mornings are now. But that's not the truth. What the body is really asking for is support, not stimulation. Something small that helps the signal move through the whole system, not just the brain. And when that happens, mornings feel steadier. Not faster, steadier, not hyped, grounded. That difference matters more than people think, because when mornings start unstable, the whole day feels harder to catch up to. Next, we'll look at why coffee alone, or water alone, no longer completes the signal after 60, and what actually helps the body respond smoothly instead. That's where the real shift begins. This is where most people get stuck, because they try to fix a support problem with more of the same thing. If mornings feel unstable, the instinct is simple: drink more coffee or drink more water. Both make sense, both help, briefly, and both fall short for the same reason. Coffee sends a signal, water provides hydration. But neither one tells the body how to distribute energy smoothly anymore. After 60, the body doesn't just need volume, it needs direction. Think about how water moves. You drink it, It passes through quickly, and the body uses what it can. That's hydration, not activation. So if you drink water with coffee, you may feel slightly better for a short time, less dry, a bit more alert. But the underlying instability doesn't change, because the issue isn't dehydration. It's how the body responds to stimulation. Coffee tells the nervous system, wake up. But without support, the body responds unevenly. That's why people describe mornings like this. I'm awake, but my legs feel slow. My mind is on, but my body hasn't caught up. I feel alert, but not solid. This mismatch is what creates that thin, fragile energy. And here's the part that surprises people. Adding more stimulation actually makes the imbalance louder. Adding more water just washes past it. Neither one completes the signal. What's missing is something that helps the body steady circulation, smooth muscle response, and distribute energy instead of spiking it. This is why the old advice starts to fail quietly. You're doing the right things, but the timing and support no longer match what the body needs. The body isn't asking for intensity, it's asking for balance. Here's where things finally become clear. The support your body has been asking for is simple. A small amount of fat taken with your first cup of coffee. Nothing extreme, nothing trendy, just a familiar nutrient used in the right moment. After 60, the body processes caffeine quickly, often faster than it can stabilize the response. Fat slows that process slightly, not to dull it, but to pace it. Instead of the signal hitting all at once, it spreads out. That pacing gives the body time to steady blood sugar, relax muscle tension, and let circulation adjust smoothly. This is why the effect feels different, not stronger, not heavier, just more even. When people add a small amount of fat to coffee, they often notice fewer jitters, less mid-morning weakness, better digestion, and a calmer, more reliable start to the day. The amount matters more than the type. For most people, about 1 teaspoon is enough. That amount slows absorption gently, without overwhelming the system. More than that doesn't help. It can actually make the body feel sluggish. This isn't about turning coffee into a meal. It's about giving the body just enough support to respond properly. As for what kind of fat, keep it simple. Many people use a neutral option like coconut oil or MCT oil. Others prefer something familiar like a small amount of butter or ghee. The exact choice isn't the point. The principle is, when fat is present as caffeine enters the system, the body recognizes the signal as something it can handle, not something it has to rush to manage. That's why this doesn't create a crash later. There's no spike to recover from, no borrowed energy. Over time, people stop testing their mornings. They stop wondering how they'll feel after the first cup. They trust the process, and more importantly, they trust their body again. Here's the part that matters most. Not just about coffee, but about how the body changes after 60. What you've learned today isn't a trick. It's a reminder. A reminder that your body still knows how to respond. It just needs the right conditions now. Most people think energy disappears with age. What actually disappears is support at the right moment. When mornings feel unsteady, it quietly shapes the rest of the day. People move slower. They plan less. They hesitate before doing things they used to do automatically. Not because they can't, but because the body no longer feels predictable. That's why this small adjustment matters. Not because it creates more energy, but because it restores trust. Trust that when you wake up, your body will follow your mind, not fight it. Using this doesn't require precision or perfection. It requires consistency. One small addition used the same way at the same time allows the body to settle into a rhythm again. You'll know it's working not by a surge, but by absence, less second guessing, less tension, less wondering whether you need to fix the morning. And if your body doesn't respond the way you expect, that's information, not failure. Support should feel helpful, not demanding. And here's the most important takeaway of all. After 60, progress doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what fits. When the body feels supported instead of pushed, it responds more willingly. That's how mornings stop feeling like something to manage and start feeling like something you can rely on again. If this video helped something click for you, let me know in the comments. Even a simple, "This makes sense now," helps others feel less alone in what they're noticing. We're building a community here for strong comebacks, so subscribe, hit the bell icon, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. If this was helpful and you want to support the effort behind it, Give this video a like and share it with someone you love. Join me in the next video. I've got more surprises waiting for you.